What's up, you savages, Spartans? Welcome to Spartan 1. I'm pumped to post a new video today because when I was talking to a gentleman about his athletic experience, what I noticed was that there is a lot of draw in identifying with your insufficiencies. And what I mean by this is when you talk about your athletic performance and you talk about who you are and you present a self-concept or you present an image or an ideology that represents yourself, we have a tendency when we have had injuries or negative things happen to us in the past to where we want to expound upon those because they're relatable. So, for example, this gentleman was talking about his CrossFit experience, and he identified as someone who's like bad knees. He said, I'm literally an action figure when I move my arms back and forth. And when you think about it, you take a step back, that's a self-concept that is only partially true, right? Because if you look at it from an optimistic state of mind, that guy has all his arms, he has all his legs, he's still walking. Like, there's a ton of positive aspects that could be highlighted and focused upon. But because some of these injuries are so painful and detrimental, that individual will then self-identify with some of the bullshit that's happened to them, like their knees are bad, and then that becomes like an identity, right? So it kind of can give you not only an excuse, but it's more like you want to connect with others. And the way that we kind of connect with others is we can fraternize about all of the shit that's wrong with us, but what that does is that perpetuates that story, that perpetuates that loop of basically, I'm less than I could be, right? So when we talk about ourselves from an athletic perspective, right? We always want to talk about how empowered we are with different aspects of our physiology. Maybe we're not where we want to be yet. Maybe we're not 100% fully optimized, but being satisfied with where we are and satisfied with where we're going is the first step, right? Because we have massive resources and we have lots of advantages. And if we don't highlight those and give ourselves credit for those, then we're always going to find a negative perspective, a negative thing that we can basically latch onto. And if we reinforce that almost exclusively, that will become the dominant self-image that we have. So with Spartan 1, it's really about highlighting our characteristics that make us exceptional athletes and focusing and doubling down on those while mitigating some of the negative things that we have in our experience, but realizing that there's really infinite ways that we can expand and grow our own athletic ability. So when we tell stories about ourselves, we want to not only craft those, because if we're going to tell that story 10, 20, 30, 100 times over the course of a year, we want that story to be something that if our mind latches onto that and believes it, is going to allow our subconscious to replicate positive aspects in our life that can make us better, faster, stronger, smarter, sharper. So I'll get off my soapbox right now, but I just had this conversation, and it's one of the biggest things I notice whenever I talk to new lifters, even old lifters, bodybuilders. They'll always tell something about themselves that is like negative and disempowering right off the bat. And the reason for that, I feel, comes from the fact that we don't want to come across as braggadocious or too, egotistical or anything like that. But like, if our goal is to become optimized, badass, lethal human beings, then we want to tell empowering aspects of ourselves first and foremost. And then if we have some things that we need to work on, realize that all things are possible and all things can be fixed, and that we can lead through optimism and lead through the things that we actually are doing well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more content, like and subscribe, and definitely check out my website, Spartan 1, for all of my videos, programs, packages, all that good stuff. You have yourself a killer day.